There have been several allegations on account of one individual reporting that there has been misappropriation of public resources in the county government of Siaya. But as the government wish to state that those allegations are malicious and are ill-intended for the following reasons. One is that these cases that have been referred to are historical in nature. Why? Because the EACC, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, has been conducting investigations in the county in relation to embezzlement of public resources or cash to the amount to about 600 million. Investigations have been going on for the last 2 or 3 years, and therefore it is not anything new that can be attributed to the current regime. Further, on account of those investigations, sometime in October last year, some individuals who are working in the county government were picked for interrogation and recording of statements, and even there some documents and papers from their houses were taken to aid in investigation. It's unfortunate that since that time, almost running into about a year now, no further movement has been had or development has been had from those investigations. You'd also recall, ladies and gentlemen, that on the 20th of January, I think before I go there, you'd recall therefore that sometime last year, I think in the month of November, the county government of Siaya put together a task force that was given the mandate to audit our processes and systems to determine, what the status of financial, situation is in the county government. And the task force was led by none other than Dr. Ouko, that you're aware, was the former Auditor General, and the task force was able to present its report on the 20th of January here at the compound. The report was made public in the glare of the media. All of you are there. Now, on account of the findings of the report, most of it was given to the DCI and the EACC, and it's assumed that that would help in expediting investigation by these agencies. It is unfortunate that up to now, not much has been heard regarding those investigations, right? And therefore, as a county government, we are wondering what is the issue for which this investigation cannot be concluded, to avoid speculation and also to create room that then, provides an environment, to give impression that whatever is being said out there is actually very, very true, and it is not true. Now, some of the allegations that have been carried out, ladies and gentlemen, are attributed to none other than the person that I will not go into details about that, but we're also asking the investigation body to be able to undertake investigations on the following issues that have been raised. One is whether officers from certain communities or sub-communities within Siaya County have been victimized or unfairly targeted by the current administration. Also, whether monies initially allocated for Siaya County Stadium have been irregularly or at all relocated to Migwena Stadium. The other accusation or allegation is whether there has been abuse or misuse of the county imprest account, and to determine whether or not withdrawals have been made for any purpose other than the lawful and budgeted operations of the county government. Whether indeed it is true that any facilities or privileges legally accruing to the deputy governor were or have been withdrawn. Whether bursary funds were misused or misapplied to other purposes rather than to support needy students. Whether or not the deputy governor has raised any of the issues regarding financial mismanagement in writing to any appropriate organ, agency, or office within the county government executive, including to the office of the governor. The other issue that also needs investigations on is to undertake thorough investigation on the role of the deputy governor in presiding over the committee of pending bills. Also investigate the deputy governor for the allegations of interfering with matters relating to procurement of contracts for various projects in the county. By virtue of the fact that the deputy governor has gone public to claim that he has made a complaint to the EACC, DCI, and the county assembly, whether the said report allegations constitute the offense of giving false information to a public or state office. The Commission should also make a full inquiry as to whether any cash withdrawals between the period of September 2022 to date have been applied for purposes spelled out in the budget and relevant legal and financial instruments. We therefore, ladies and gentlemen, appeal to the EACC to expedite investigations it commenced in relation to the misappropriation of Kenya shillings 600 million, which has remained inconclusive for more than 2 years. We suspect that this figure could even be more than what was initially investigated. We are also asking the body to institute investigations on the complaint and report on matters specified earlier on that I've just read. And therefore, to conclude, ladies and gentlemen, as a county government, we will continue to provide services targeting to improve the welfare and the well-being of our people. And we are asking you, as the members of the Fourth Estate, to work with the county government for the benefit of the people that you all represent. I'll leave it there, and I will open it to any questions. You know, the roles and responsibilities of both the governor and the deputy are very well spelled out. And I don't think that there's any one time that the governor has been able to deny or even to block the deputy from performing his roles. All right? These things are very well spelled out in the, the laws and policies that govern those two officers. And to the extent that everybody is doing their role, there would be no problem whatsoever. But sometimes when things are not necessarily true, and all these allegations that have been labeled out there, you also live in this country. They are not true. So really it is not appropriate that we start responding to allegations that have got no basis whatsoever, because by doing that we give him credit. But we thought that he would actually be able to, see the light very quickly and understand that as a DG he has a role, a specific role to play, to be able to address issues to do with improving the lives and the well-being of the people of this county. And indeed, at the level of the DG, if there are issues that need to be addressed, there are internal mechanisms that need to be, exhausted, even need to be approached to address those issues, and therefore the wisdom would suggest that before we run to engage the DG out there, which we are not even doing as of now, is that for him to understand that he has a role to play, and the role that he should play is very well defined within the laws that govern his office, to speak.
The DG is entitled to security drawn from the National Police Service, and which he has, and is also entitled to security at his residence, which the police department confirms that they are in station, and so that matter of security remains, resolved. He has had the security from the time he assumed office up to the current time. On matters of provision of fuel, yes, county government vehicles are supposed to be fueled by the government, but only on a few instances where we lack fuel because of maybe non-payment to our suppliers, situations arise where officers, including the officers here, may provide fuel for the vehicles, but claim with the receipts when the funds are available. That situation applies to all of us, including the DG, including all the officers of county government. Otherwise, there is provision for fuel for government vehicles unless there are special conditions of shortage, then that is what is done. Thank you.